going on, my people? Hope everybody is doing good, doing great. Oh, man. Welcome to the first episode in a while. First episode here in a little bit of the one of the only Make It Make Sense. Things are a little different. As you see, it's just me, which is cool. It's not always going to be just me, but ain't nothing to it but to do it, right? So you got to get back in. You got to go at it. So here we are. Not everything's going to be perfect all the time. Got to keep telling myself that. So we jumping into it. Just going over some stuff. It's not going to be a lot, but want to make sure I get my thoughts out there for the people. As always, make sure you hit us up on our Substack. Follow us. Make It Make Sense. As part of Catch Cortez content. So definitely follow us there. Of course, you can follow me at Ricky Cortez. Follow me on Facebook. Threads is where I usually am. That's my place to be, but I'm also on Twitter, X, YouTube, of course. And so, all content will be going to YouTube as well. So Substack and YouTube is where this will be. So jumping in, quite a few things have happened since the last time we chatted. I think our last episode was like post Super Bowl. Like, that's nuts. We really fell off. If you do follow us on Substack, of course, I have the other podcast, ATG, with DB. That's my homie, it's my brother. But yeah, we have not been able to stay up on Make It Make Sense, and I apologize for that. We're definitely gonna log back in. So as we do that, just stay in with us. But we missed the World Cup, man. We missed the finals. We missed all kind of stuff. But just picking up where we are today, first thing I want to talk about is Russell Westbrook retiring yesterday. I was sad to see that, but I really loved his video. That video was dope. Video was really dope. Of course, had to be narrated by Michael B. Jordan, because who else you gonna get to narrate it, right? Narrated by him. Just recap of his career, who he was as a player, who he was as an off the field persona, right? It's everything that you remember. It's crazy to believe he played 18 seasons, which makes me just feel old, because I remember watching him at UCLA with that Darren Collison, K Love team. I feel old. Oh yeah, it is a hard hat. I actually think I'm going to be dropping a little article, little written post on the Substack just about Russell Westbrook, because as much as everybody's giving him his flowers that I've seen so far in this last 24 hours, bars, everyone's giving him his flowers, saying he had a good career and everything. I just feel like he's going to be remembered for the wrong reasons, and that's going to piss me off about it, because he is right up there in like my personal top 3, top 5 of favorite players of this generation, right? Kobe, D Rose, and Russ. We all know Russ's fire, Russ's passion, all that. But then I feel like the first thing that's going to come up, right, is, he might have been a stat patter, which is crazy, or like a cancer in the locker room or something like that, which, if you ask anybody who's actually in the locker room, couldn't be farthest from the truth. He's one of those guys that, the media loved him until they didn't. And I hate saying the media, but sometimes you just don't get along with people. And that's just life. But I am sad to see that he was not able to get a ring. He jumped on that Lakers team a year after they got that championship, I think. I think he basically took Rondo's place after they won that bubble championship. And then things immediately fell apart. And I think a lot of that blame went to him, which is crazy. It can't be LeBron's fault by any means. Any stretch of the imagination can it be LeBron's fault. So for whatever reason, the scapegoat was Russ. And so once he left that team, it felt like the entire, I don't know what you want to call it, his entire reputation, I guess, was just completely gone after that. So he bounced around league minimum contracts probably since then. And then these last few runs with the Kings, not it. But that's nothing to do with him. I think that's just where the league ended up, what the league ended up doing with him, which sucks. We've seen that a lot with a lot of these older players. Just, not washed out or washed up by any means, but, not a place for him, it seems like, which is crazy for somebody like Russell Westbrook, who was still so, get a bucket easy, which is wild. But I think the things he should be remembered for, I mean, of course, everybody brings up the MVP year, what I would call the revenge MVP. After KD left, he went out and went crazy for OKC, got that MVP, the triple-double. And so we need to talk about this because the triple-double has been so not undervalued, what's the word? Underappreciated, isn't it? Basically, we see it so much now that it's commonplace because of Joker, and I've got Wemby. Like, a triple-double is not special anymore. Let's just call it a buck, right? Or keep it a buck. But the issue is, Russell did that. Whether you want to call him a stat pattern, I don't care what you want to do. Russell did that. It is because of Russell that the triple-double is not common anymore. I mean, it's so common. Like, it's not oh my gosh, he's number one on SportsCenter. Da-da-da. No, like, now it's not even cared about as much anymore. Yeah, he had a triple-double. What's the next game? And that kind of dominance, or that kind of that kind of ability is rare. I don't know if a lot of people remember this, but before that MVP season when Russ had the triple-double, Big O's triple-double season was looked at like magic. Like, I don't know if that's ever going to happen again. That was 40, however many years ago. Trying to do that in this league. I mean, back then, Big O was one of three people over 6'5", like whatever you want to say. So trying to do that, you had to be an animal. You had to be, you had to be insane. And nobody definitely thought it was going to be a sub 6'4" point guard who was going to be the next person to finally average a triple-double. And so he did it. He got his MVP. He made a lot of people look stupid who thought that he was not going to be a superstar after KD left, and he proved a lot of people wrong. I won't say everybody because I believed him. So there's that. But not only that, but you would think doing that and getting that success, getting that MVP and getting that love and adoration will continue because, again, nobody had done that since Big O way back in 60s, 70s, I don't know when, right? But it's the fact that he did that for 4 out of 5 of the next years. Average a triple-double, 4 in the next 5 years. Nothing. They looked at it like, oh, no, he's stat padding now. No, it's not as special anymore. That's crazy. For a record that stood that long, people that were saying that is something that we are never going to see. And if we do, like, people would probably think that was going to be a Wemby, a Olajuwon. Like, I don't even know if people thought Michael Jordan was capable of averaging a triple-double. That's insane. So the fact that Russ did it for 4 out of 5 years, and I think the only reason he didn't do it the 5th year is because of injury. And I think he probably was still close. He probably either he just didn't have enough games to like actually make it average out, or he was injured most of the season. I can't remember. But it was one of those last few years in OKC, he didn't average a triple-double. But then he went to Washington and averaged a triple-double in Washington. Oh man, oh boy, I could go crazy. So that's really all I got to say about Russ. I hope he enjoys retirement. I do not want to see him in anything like the Big Three. None of that. I feel like he's not needed. I would love to see him on I don't know what actually. He's so chill. People think because he was such a beast in your face and on the court, he's so rah-rah, but I feel like he's so laid back. I was going to say I could see him being, on TV with like on Amazon Prime with Carmelo, T-Mac, Vince Carter. I don't really see that. Yeah, I don't. I don't really see that. Would love to hear what y'all think. Where Russ will take the second half of his career post basketball. I'd love to see him get into fashion. I mean, we already know he's ahead of his time. He's a part of the reason that walking into the arena every night before a game is must see TV. It's why every camera is posted up right inside the door down the long hallway so people can show the new drip that they got. And that's everything now. That even transcends basketball, right? I mean, it is in the WNBA. That's in the NFL. I mean, that's everywhere. And usually, it used to be like black suit, whatever. Russ come in there with the pink fur, one sleeve, the other one cut off, midriff, with the skinny jeans, but holes in them, with the flip flops. Like and say something. Say something. Yeah, so kudos to Russ, man. Kudos to Russ. I hope he enjoys retirement for sure. Let's take a break for a second. And then get back and probably jump into some football, because why not? We'll see what we get into. All right. Let's get back to it. Yeah, buddy. All right. What's up, y'all? So we back. Talk a little bit more. Showing some football real quick. I'm gonna pull something up because something that's really driving me nuts. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Being here in Indiana, the Colts have a wide receiver issue, right? Alec Pierce has had this foot injury for a while, but he still got paid, as he probably should have. You don't want him to leave for nothing, but he got paid, and the foot injury doesn't seem like it's healed, and that's concerning. Concerning, number one, because you paid somebody $115-ish million knowing he only had one leg, 1 foot. Obviously, I'm being very facetious, sarcastic, all of that. But yeah, he only had 1 foot. Whatever surgery he had or whatever, like in the off season, I believe, or late in the regular season after he hurt it, you would think that would be kind of healed by now. He would at least kind of be participating, because it didn't seem like he'd be out for 6-7 months. So you already got a quarterback concern, because I'm not buying that Daniel Jones is completely clear in 8 months from an Achilles tear. From an Achilles tear. We just had a NBA superstar. I know, completely different sports, completely different kind of athletes, but the human body works the same no matter who you are. I know there are different type of, things you can do. People in themselves are different, but a tear is a tear. And you're telling me that Tyrese Halliburton had to be out from July of, is that 25? Yeah, July of 25 until whenever the season starts in October. Or I guess he's finally cleared to practice and everything now. But yeah, he missed a full next season to recover from this. And Daniel Jones is going to be back from an Achilles tear in 8 months. That's wild to me. Even Aaron Rodgers, when he tore his Achilles a few years ago after like 2 plays and a cup of coffee in New York, he literally got hurt the first quarter of the first game, the first series of the first game, and missed all season. Unless I'm tripping. Right? I could very well be tripping. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I hate that man. But I got to confirm. Okay, looking at this up. Yeah, he missed 16 regular season games for the Jets in 2023 NFL season after tearing his Achilles. 4 snaps into his debut. 16 games, the entire season. You play more than 16 games if you make the playoffs, but the Jets don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I guess that was the last season before they moved to 17. But nonetheless, yeah. So I don't know. It's just weird. And of course you can tell me, well, he's good enough to play and he'll continue to improve as the weeks go. That's great, but stop selling me on he is clear and good and ready to go, because he's not. He's not. And back to AP, where I started this. I'm concerned that they aren't giving us the whole truth, because they usually don't give us the whole truth here and stuff like that. So I'm not going to speculate on, if he's actually still really hurt or what, but I just worry that he's not going to play in the preseason. He may be iffy to play week 1. If he doesn't play week 1, we have a serious problem. So if he doesn't play week 1, that's when we hit the panic button as fans. Because then I feel like most of the season is going to be, okay, when's Alec going to play? And who is Daniel Jones, if he's playing, going to be throwing to? Or anybody, AR, Riley Leonard, who are they throwing to? Because there's Josh Downs, and who, as far as the receiving core goes? Tight end, we good. But who else you throwing to? You traded AD Mitchell. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a little confusing. I mean, yeah. Outside of Josh Downs and Tyler Warren and running the ball with JT, you ain't really got too much there. Um, so let's hope for the best for that. Let's see what else. Shout out to JT too for getting paid because yeah, needed to make that happen, especially when things are a little uncertain right now. Um, Yep. Week one against the Ravens is coming quick, and it's gonna be a tough year. I know people are saying the schedule isn't that bad, yada yada yada. I mean, yeah, sure, it may not be all that bad, but how many games do you think you're winning? Because uh, I don't see any more than seven at best. So yeah, I have homies talking about 10 games, and I would love to see it for sure. Like, don't get me wrong. This is not me saying that they suck. No, by any means, I'm just saying, given how things look right now, I don't see where 10 games is coming from. Granted, I didn't see where what the 7-1, 8-2. I didn't see where that was coming at last year. So you know, a lot can happen. Um, yeah, looking at the schedule, look, you know, we're just gonna do it right now. I'm only gonna count the wins. Baltimore, loss. KC, loss. Houston, loss. Washington, in London or wherever they're playing at, loss. I'm going. I feel like at Pittsburgh. Ah, hooey. I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna say that's a win. That means your first win of the season is not until October 4th, week 5. Tennessee, that's a win. Minnesota, that's a loss. At Jacksonville, that's a loss. First Dallas, that's a loss. First Miami, absolute dub. Against Washington, you're not getting a game against Washington this year. So that's still 3 games. Right before the bye week, you got home against the Giants. I'm gonna give you a dub on that. Tentatively. We'll see what second year Jackson Dart, Scatterboo, and the returning Malik Neighbors is looking like. Their defense is young and nice, but it's really going to depend on what they're looking like, of course. But I think the Colts should pull that out. So that's 4. At Philly is a loss. At Jacksonville. At Tennessee is still a win. So, okay. At Cincy. Late season Burrow. Not in the elements. I feel like this could be a year Burrow makes a little bit of a comeback. I'm gonna say a loss. If I can't say yes, I feel like it's got to be a loss. At Cleveland is a win. We're talking about who the Colts gonna have a quarterback. Who are they gonna have a quarterback? And if it's not Shador, why are y'all even playing? I'm not saying Shador is some world beater yet, but I don't even know what the fuss is there. Anyways, week 18 at Jacksonville, not getting the game against Jacksonville this year either. So that's tough. So all in all, got Pittsburgh, 2 dubs against Tennessee, Miami, New York, Cleveland. 6 wins. 6 with, I can see Cincy being a dub. Per usual, Dallas be Dallasin. You know what I mean? I could see Dallas slipping up. Washington, of course. So it can be 6, it can be 9. I don't really see much any more wiggle room there, unless things go drastically wrong for a KC, Minnesota, you know, a Philly, a Baltimore, the teams that we expect to be killers, right? So that's what I see. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for everybody to get healthy / be healthy / stay healthy. But yeah, like I said, we getting back at it. I just wanted to jump on here and say what's up to y'all. Let y'all know that we getting back to it. Talk a little crap. Make a little love get down tonight. Like I said, make sure you follow us on everywhere. On Substack, on YouTube. Go smile at somebody today. Be a reason somebody smiles. It's contagious. You'll feel a lot better. And other than that, let's go out here and make some noise. Talk to y'all next time.